So for those of you that want to stay and just learn a little bit more about how to do your own ceremony or more about this ceremony in particular, I'm going to go ahead and screen share. And if you're not able to stay today, we will be also posting this on YouTube. So, okay, give me just a second. There we go. All right. The new year is upon us and offers the promise that we can leave behind that which no longer serves us and embrace the opportunity to begin fresh and new. It's, this ceremony, whether you do it just for yourself, which is a possibility, which is just adapting it for you, anytime that you need to just have that extra support, that extra energy behind releasing things, whether it's personally, it can be great if you're a practitioner and let's say you have a session or a client that would be helpful to just provide that additional kind of ritual, the additional energy behind a release, but also a bringing in. This can be a really helpful tool for that. And then extend that even further out where you're doing it like this, where you're doing a whole group of people and offering a burning bowl or a water bowl ceremony for people. It's a great time to do it. Let's say, we're doing it the new year. Maybe you celebrate on a different calendar, the Lunar New Year, or in the solstices or the equinoxes, and then any big astrological shifts as well, or just any time that things in our life has changed. Let's say a relationship has ended or changed, or a job has ended or changed, or maybe there are intentions that you want to set, such as those things ending or changing, because it doesn't necessarily have to be like this ending. It can be also a shifting into the new as well. So there's that energy that can be behind this ceremony also. So this ceremony started out as a burning bowl ceremony. Colleen has been doing this for years. The burning bowl or a burning releasing ceremony is, very ancient. It's been used in many traditions for many, millennia. So it is, this idea of it is definitely kind of a universal thing across, especially a lot of indigenous practices and shamanic practices. What the Reiki burning bowl is it's just adding the Reiki energy into it and putting them onto paper and putting it in a space where you can do it like indoors. So putting it in a container such as a bowl is putting it indoors, or allowing it to be indoors rather than just in like a fire ring, right? So it gives it, there might be more practical uses for it. And also you can make it very small. So if you're just doing it personally. So you all know the process at this point. You're writing things down on a piece of paper, burning them in the bowl, and then you're also bringing things in by writing something down on another piece of paper. What the Reiki energy is really helping to do is, as many of you felt today, it is going kind of into that deeper part. You're allowing the Reiki energy to listen at a deeper level, for you to be able to hear you at a deeper level, which then also kind of goes into a deeper level of what you're wanting to let go of on a mind, body, spirit level. And so, if you have an intention such as, I would like to lose weight, right? That's a common intention this time of year. That's why I'm using it. When you're talking about using Reiki energy, the Reiki energy, that might be a part of the intention, but also what is also on that kind of multidimensional level of that nourishment, self-love, certain healings or blocks that need to occur. And that's what we're looking at when we are in ceremony with this, or if it's on a personal level during any time of the year and you're just bringing in the Reiki energy, it is going to help you to look at your intentions or hear your intentions or listen to your intentions at a different level. Also, it can really look at the spiritual aspects that maybe you didn't think of, right? Maybe there's a past life issue. Maybe there's a cord or connector or any sort of attachments that might be in the way. That Reiki can help reveal those things in a very in a deep way that maybe, it's not to say otherwise it wouldn't be able to be revealed, but that Reiki really helps with those aspects of it. So one of the things too with Reiki is that it's always doing letting go and bringing in, which I'm going to talk a little bit about this. The other thing with the Reiki energy is that when you're letting go and bringing in, it's actually going into the Reiki energy, even if we're doing it through the fire or if we're doing it through the waters. So how this came in years ago is we were doing a ceremony at the eclipse, because that eclipse in 2017, I think went into totality in Oregon. So we actually had a ceremony where we had people come in, and it was in August and it was really dry and we were in a field. Fire was not a good idea. So lots of safety issues there. So this ceremony came in to do it with water. There's lots of times where fire's not okay to have. Like, let's say you have a Reiki circle, it's in a community center or, a communal space like that where fire is not allowed. You can use this water ceremony, this water bowl ceremony in place of the fire ceremony. It's funny because it does have a little bit of a different kind of frequency to it, as water and fire do. And so also, if you're doing this, let's say just as a practitioner, or maybe fire is allowed, but you're feeling called to the water because of the different frequencies that they each have, that you can do this water ceremony, or as a practitioner, maybe it is water that's needed as opposed to fire. It's purifying and renewing, and yet water is a very powerful element. So it's just another option. Both are options. And again, both are doing it with Reiki. And it's about listening to what is needed for the circumstance and what you're feeling called to. So here are the ingredients for each one. So for the fire bowl, you are going to want a large bowl or a small if you're doing personal. You can use mole dirt if you're going to just be using a candle to burn your paper. You saw that at the end of the ceremony where Colleen used the paper and put it into the bowl with mole dirt. So that is one option. The other option, which we use more commonly now, is using Epsom salt and rubbing alcohol. So you're going to line the bowl with aluminum foil, put in Epsom salt. You do need 99% rubbing alcohol or it won't light and stay lit. Obviously a lighter, when you light it, it can kind of a little bit. So you might want a long lighter to be able to do that. And then, any sacreds that you might be called to, you can sprinkle in sage or lavender, cornmeal, tobacco, crystals that you might want. So anything on your altar that you might want. Writing utensils, of course. If you're doing this for a group, you might want to bring writing utensils. Not everybody's going to have one. We do long paper to burn. Oh, my mouse. There we go. Long paper to burn here. You can get that at the Dollar Tree. So that can be really cheap. And also the cards are from the Dollar Tree as well. Now, what we're doing with the cards is we're writing the things that we're bringing in on the cards. You can also do this in a journal if that's more appropriate, and then revisiting those at the next solstice or the next equinox, whenever you feel is a good time to revisit those, kind of like a little time capsule there, and seeing where you were and where you are, and looking at the intentions that you wrote down back then. A couple of things with the fire bowl: definitely line it with aluminum because it can get really hot, so hot to touch. Also, in disposing of them, The Epsom salt dissolves in water. Do not pour it in the trash, because sometimes the Epsom salt can still be burning underneath. And so you're going to want to dissolve the Epsom salt with water and pour it down the sink or into the earth, whatever's appropriate. And then also, you can have a ceremonial bowl. You don't necessarily need a ceremonial bowl. We've definitely done them before where they're just in kind of a normal like bakeware dish too. So it doesn't have to be fancy. And then you're going to want a big enough bowl for the amount of people that you have. So you can see that this is a smaller bowl, but if you're going to have a big group, you're going to want a big bowl because you have to have the space for the amount of flame that they're going to have. So one of the cool things about the water bowl is that what you saw when I was doing the water bowl in the ceremony, that you can use, this is called dissolvable paper, and you can just get this on Amazon. We just cut it into strips and write out what we're letting go of on these strips. So one packet of those dissolvable papers can last a really long time, and they're pretty inexpensive. I want to say $20 or less. It's rice paper that it's on. So again, we charge all of the things with Reiki, the water with Reiki. Again, you're going to want to have an altar with any sacreds that you want to have on there as a part of it. We also have a stick or a wooden spoon to stir the water with, because it helps the paper to dissolve a little bit faster. This can be really nice if you're in a big group of people, because not everybody's going to want, if like their paper's floating on top and their intentions of what they're letting go of is written on there, you might be able to see it. So having the stick helps it dissolve faster so that they're, what they're letting go of can be held confidential for them. Again, any writing utensils that people might need, and then a journal or card to write what they're bringing in on. And Janny, I can't see the chat, so let me know if there's anything that I need to be paying attention to. Okay, so when we're talking about the elements of a ceremony, you can come back and revisit this video. We'll be posting it onto YouTube. Also, I'm going to be sharing resources on our website that you'll be able to go and look at afterwards. I know after a ceremony, the words can be kind of a lot. The elements of this ceremony, of course, we're using the Reiki energy. We are also using sound healing today. It's supporting the ceremony. The Reiki energy is the backbone of the ceremony. It's letting go into the fire or the water. What's really great about the Reiki energy, though, is anything that you're letting go of, it's actually being lifted into the light by Reiki energy, where it's being healed, where it's being listened to, it's being transmuted. So that is another beautiful part about working with Reiki energy for these ceremonies. The other part of Reiki energy is, at its core, it is always letting go, it's healing, and it's also bringing in, right? You're receiving as you're giving. It's got that balance within it. So it's empowering as it's also letting go. So that is why, as a part of the ceremony, we also have the intentional piece of bringing in. Today, we brought in the field of possibilities. And then it also you can call in any illumined beings as well. The thing to know about any of this is, we did this big ceremony with the journey, with this guided journey, with the sound. You don't necessarily need to do any of that to have it work. So what you can do is you can just sit in some self Reiki, or if you're with a client or a group, just call in the Reiki energy, have it support the ceremony, and just know that, when you spend some time in Reiki energy, then you might do an invocation, you may not, but then after you've spent some time in Reiki energy, that is when, you would go ahead and allow the Reiki energy to flow through you or your clients or group to highlight the things that they're ready to let go of. Also to bring in, and the same thing is to bring in. So you're going to have them write down the things they're ready to let go of, go to the bowls, let them go, and then they're going to come back, sit a moment in the Reiki energy, and then write down the things that they're ready to bring in. So just to know, because I know for some that might be intimidating to think, oh gosh, now I have to do this whole guided journey, this whole thing. I'm not comfortable with that. You don't have to. The Reiki energy is going to do it for you. So just so you know about that piece of it, just allow the energy to do the work. And then we did do automatic writing today. That's where, with your eyes open, you're placing your pen to paper. You're not evaluating, you're just writing. What this is doing is this is helping you to channel the Reiki energy. It is a form of channeling. It's called free writing. There's a lot of different ways that automatic writing is called and also taught on how to do it. And so this is something that the Reiki energy helps you to do. Your writing could be tidy, could be a nice little bullet point. It could be sloppy. It could be artistic. Again, not evaluating, just allow it, placing the pen to paper and allowing it to come through. Some people have a hard time with that. What you do is you can just write one word, or you can start to kind of doodle, and that sometimes allows that process to start happening. And then also to know, sometimes it's not going to be possible to write. Some people don't prefer to write, and that's okay too. And then the last thing that we have is the sound. So today we did ceremonial sound. We had a shamanic sound healer. What this is doing, as Lori explained, is it's supporting the ceremony through song, sound, or music. And it also is helping the frequency. The frequency is helping carry the intention of the ceremony, the healing, and also the empowerment. So, we've also done this like in our group or in our gratitude ceremony, where we're just using music that we're playing. For example, like maybe if Lori couldn't be available, then we would use like we do in the gratitude ceremony. We've used her music before from SoundCloud, and we've also used Karen Drucker's music before. Really just making sure that if you're putting it anywhere online, that you have permission, or that it's copyright-free music, things like that. If you're in just a personal one, obviously it doesn't matter. But that to know that just regular music with people singing is also equally powerful. But then yet, if you're trained in sound healing, drumming, or you have somebody that you can work with for a ceremony, it's a really powerful addition and complement to any sort of ceremony. Okay, so here's some resources. Colleen wrote an article, this is on ReikiLifestyle.com, on the burning bowl ceremony. I'll open it in a second and show where you can find that. We also have the ceremony instructions on the burning bowl. You also can go to our YouTube, where we have a ceremonies playlist with this. And then the one thing I didn't put on here, which I'll open when I'm there on the website, is that we also have an article on how to do ceremonies with Reiki, understanding there's an order of service, how to bring Reiki in, all of these things that can help you conduct your own ceremonies, including this burning bowl ceremony. And then if you need songs that you would like to play during it, you can go to Lori's SoundCloud, which is Red Stone Song, and find music that she's gifted to the world, which is really helpful. And, any other music that you might want, but, as you felt today, her music is so intentional, so beautiful, and so powerful. She's such a gifted and talented sound healer. Okay. And then this, I kind of already talked about, but just to have it here in this slide 2, or in this recording 2, we are starting our Next Step Reiki and Explore the 12 Heavens courses next week. This is, what's the day? January 9th. So registration closes on the 14th of January. They're year-long courses that we visit monthly, that we come together monthly, where in Next Step Reiki, you're learning a lot of additional Reiki and Reiki journey skills. And then in Explore the 12 Heavens, we are in Reiki journey techniques, but it's more of an exploration class. Both are really amazing, and they're both really powerful and fun, and lots of healing that occurs, as well as community. So if you want more information, go to Reiki Lifestyle in the ongoing training tabs about that. We have lots of resources. We really encourage you to look at that. How we do that work, what we learn or talk about in that class is the backbone of everything that we do. Reiki journey techniques, ceremony. We're just teaching others how to do it. Okay. And then this is us. So you can find me social at Robyn Benelli Reiki. Our YouTube is at Reiki Lifestyle. Colleen's social is Reiki Lifestyle and Reiki Lifestyle Official. And then this is Lori. She's Shamanic Sound Healing. Her Facebook is Shamanic Heart, and her SoundCloud is Red Stone Song. Oh, this is one of the bowls that we use when we're doing a big group of people. It's rather large. You can see we have some sage and Epsom salt in there. And then the candle in the middle as well is another way that you can do it. Okay, Colleen, anything that you would like to add to any of them? Let me go screen share too.
I was just going to say screen share. People can find out where the resources are. Easy.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so I know I've got some things in front of it. Sorry about that. Let me just let that go away. Thank you. So if you go to ReikiLifestyle.com, you can go to the Reiki library. This is where you're going to find the articles and the ceremonies tab. So you can go to the articles is where you're going. There's a lot of them. But this is where you're going to find the article on the Reiki Burning Bowl ceremony, as well as officiate ceremonies with Reiki. And then the burning bowl is like kind of all the way at the beginning.
I wrote it a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
the other one I think is a really good one to read is the Imbue Your Sacred Objects. There's creating one. We have a lot of different things.
I can't even find it. I don't know where it is. There it is.
There it is.
So there's the article. Then also, if you go to the ceremonies, this is a little, some of this is a little outdated, but the basics are still the same. How you do the actual ceremony, the things that you might need, prayers that you might want to use. So there's a lot of different options with it. And then the other thing that
okay, good. Never mind.
Wanted to share is in the free downloads, you can also find prayers and invocations that you can use for your ceremonies as well. And then here's the ongoing training tab where you can find more about our yearly classes. Okie dokie. Jessica has the question, is there an ongoing training that you recommend over the other? Both of them are great, Jessica. They're definitely different courses. I'm going to say I would go and watch the video 12 Heavens versus Next Step, which you can find right here. 12 Heavens versus Next Step. It's in that ongoing training. It's about a 10-minute video that you can go and watch, and that will kind of define it more for you. And then if you have any questions, you can definitely email us, Colleen at ReikiLifestyle.com. So,
and, follow your guidance. Just reading your comment in the chat, I would follow your guidance on Next Step, starting in the level 1. So I mean, both of them are incredible classes, but the Next Step it's an amazing course. So, and then I could say the same thing about the 12 Heavens too. So it's like, well, there's both, but that's good advice, Robyn. Actually watch the videos on both.
Yeah. And then if you need further, like, oh, I'm still deciding and I don't know which one's right, reach out to us. We're definitely here to, help you move through that and answer any questions about it. Yeah. One's more of a training skills course and the other's more of a kind of outer exploration course. Yeah. So. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everybody. As always, we're so just honored and grateful to be in circle with you all, and, us moving through this time and these things with you, and for ourselves together, and just so, so grateful to be with you all and that you all join us. It's really just beautiful. And we're so, happy to be here with all of you.
Uh, oh, Angelo, great. Yeah, go ahead and go back and look on YouTube. We'll have all of this posted, the ceremony. If you just joined us, and I know, if you're in Hawaii, it's raining, I've heard, and also that you're quite a few hours behind us. So this part of what we were doing today was just sharing about how to do the burning bowl ceremony. And then also the actual ceremony itself will be posted on Thursday, that we just completed it. So thank you. And I would just add, Angelo, since you said you just got a new bowl, you may also want to read the article that says imbue your sacred items with Reiki. So it's a good one for everything. So anyway.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Lots of love to you all, and we will see you all next week.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, everyone.
Bye
Thank
now.
you.